Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? Frank Daniels here. I'm going to tell you about my I'm 4 weeks into a mini cut. I'm going to tell you all about that. Before I get into that, I've got a free report. It's called 7 Steps to Shred It. If you want to get all of the techniques and tactics, exercise, and nutrition that can lead you to get lean and shredded, head down below. Click the first link in the description. At the end of this video, you'll see a pop-up where you can grab it as well. Let me tell you about my mini cut. So when I started my mini cut, I said that I was only gonna do 2 weeks, because usually when I diet down or I try to get leaner for the summer's coming, so I gotta get in better shape, right? Usually when I do that, I'll do a more habit-based approach instead of actually counting calories, counting macros. So I wanted to put myself to the test and see, can I count calories? Can I count macros, be very specific, and be in a situation where I was very hungry? So when you mini cut, you do that for just a few short weeks, so somewhere between 2 to 6. So I said I was gonna start with 2 weeks and see if I can even make it that long, and then ended up going, let me go to 4 weeks. And now I just passed my 4th week, and I'm gonna go to the 6-week mark. So I'm gonna do a mini cut, again, at the max amount, just because it wasn't, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I'm definitely not enjoying as many foods or as many calories as I normally would, but I'm definitely losing weight, definitely losing body fat, body's changing. I like those changes, so I want to kind of push it to the max and turn it up a level by doing this, right? So I'm pretty happy with the results. The weight loss, somewhere probably around 10 pounds right now, seemed to kind of taper off towards the end of the last week. Like I wasn't losing as much as per previous weeks. So I cut my calories, 800 calories, from 3,300 to 2,500 for 4 weeks. And now I'm gonna cut it down to 2,200, which actually will absolutely be the baseline low for someone of my weight, which is roughly about 220 pounds right now. That would be as low as it's gonna get. So the next 2 weeks are gonna be very challenging in the aspect of me being probably way more hungry than I'm used to, cutting out some foods that I probably normally like to enjoy that aren't gonna fit into the equation. So it's just gonna be more of a challenge, but I'm pretty sure I'll be happy with the result when it's all said and done, which is why I'm gonna, again, kick it up another notch for the next couple weeks. So the things I've noticed in the first couple weeks of doing this diet, like, it's not that difficult for me personally, because I stay pretty busy with work. I got a gym, you see it in the background. So I'm at the gym a lot. I'm working on this business. I do online stuff, cut a lot of videos, write a lot of emails, do a lot of marketing work, train staff, all of the above. So I stay busy, so it's not hard to not think about food. When you get hungry, it's easy to kind of put out of your head. I just made a big video about not drinking alcohol anymore. So I'm usually pretty good at when I want to turn the switch on and not get too focused on what's bothering me. Like if you're gonna cut calories, you're probably gonna be hungry, think about food a lot. But again, if you stay busy, it's not a big deal. The biggest thing I probably noticed, like the biggest changes are maybe a drop in energy during the course of the day. So I'm just seems to be like a little bit more tired during the course of the day, where I don't have as much energy, and there's certain workouts where I'm kind of dragging myself through a little bit. Those are like the biggest differences I notice. And then again, I'm not going out as much to like dinner or whatever, because I can't count the calories. So I'm just not doing that. I'm just avoiding that right now. And like yesterday was probably a bigger, like usually like Sunday's my day where I'm gonna pinpoint like, okay, I'm gonna do a refeed. So I'm gonna eat my maintenance my normal calories, 3,300, and then I kind of squeeze a couple cheat foods in there. I probably did a little too much yesterday, so today I gotta kind of make up for that by eating a few less calories, and I'll certainly do that. But now I'm gonna drop them again, so it's gonna be more difficult, and just in general, if I eat 3,300 calories, I could probably just eat a lot of normal foods that I normally eat. When you start the diet, you're gonna see that some of those foods just won't fit the equation at the end of the day. So you're not gonna be able to fit just certain stuff in, because you're gonna meet your protein, your carbs, and your fats. and that's just normal. So again, the biggest thing I notice is just like a slight drop in energy, and then on the weekends when I'm not as busy, it's a little bit more difficult. But so far, so good, getting pretty good results, and that's what it's all about. Now, I just want to make very clear that I usually talk about making the dieting process happen slower, right? So cutting calories more slowly instead of cutting over 1,000 calories in a mini cut like I'm doing. But the difference, I think, it's just like a difference in between levels for a lot of people. So if you're new to dieting and you're new to fitness, the first thing you want to figure out is what the hell is your maintenance level in the first place? And are you eating enough protein? Do you have enough muscle mass to warrant being able to cut calories in the first place, right? So if you've never lifted before, if you don't have a lot of muscle, if you don't know how much protein you're consuming, what your macros are and stuff like that, probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense to cut real quick. Dudes might get away with a little bit more than females. Females, I highly kind of recommend against doing something like this. If you're a guy, chances are you probably eat a little bit more protein, have a little bit more muscle mass, so you can afford it. But again, it's more of an advanced strategy. I usually recommend doing this over the course of the long haul, not in 6 weeks. But if you're more advanced, you've dieted before, you have a lot of muscle mass, and you can get away with it. So just some ideas for you guys right now. I just finished week 4. I'm in week 5 right now. Got another week to go. So so far, so good. I'm going to keep it moving, and I will keep you guys posted as we go. If you have any questions about this, head down below, leave a question. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want 7 steps to shredded, you can grab that by clicking this button right here. I'm Frank Daniels, guys. Catch up with you soon.